Okay, in the last class we are talking about the combinational circuits. We completed that encoder, decoder, all these things, and we are about to start the sequential circuit. So let us start with sequential circuit. What are the things we are going to study in this particular topic is latch, flip-flop, shift register, and finally counters. These are the four subtopics what we are going to study. So we'll be taking almost around 9 hours to complete these 4 sections. Probably latch will be completed within 1 hour. Flip-flops, there are a lot of things are there. We'll see up to what extent we can go today. So this is the most important chapter from for all the 4 streams. Almost out of that 8-9 marks, whatever mark you are getting on the subject, almost 3 marks we are getting from these particular chapters. So these are the basic building blocks, latch and flip-flops, particularly flip-flops in these two. So for the understanding of this, we should know what is flip-flop, and for understanding of flip-flop, what we should know what is latch. So let us start with this latch. Latch. The simplest way to define a latch is, it is a 1-bit memory element. 1-bit memory element means it can hold either 0 or this can hold either 1. The another name of this particular circuit is also known as bistable multivibrator. Bistable multivibrator. Because as we are about to see, we will see that the output of the particular circuit will be either at 0 or this will be either at 1, that is the stable state. If you remember, while explaining that logic gate chapters, I have explained you some concept known as astable multivibrator, and also I have given the reasoning that why we are calling that is astable multivibrator is that the output is continuously fluctuating between 0 and 1. That's why I call that as astable multivibrator. Bistable multivibrator also I have shown you the examples that whenever even number of inverters were connected in a loop, that was giving a bistable multivibrator. And what is the logical reasoning I have given you on that time is that if the output is maintaining at a constant level 0 or it is maintaining a constant level 1, so that corresponds to a bistable multivibrator. That is a 2 stable state. Either that will be fixed at 0 or that will be fixed at 1. There is no fluctuation. So let us see that what it is. So these are classified into 2 categories. So the first category is known as a NAND latch. The second category is known as a NOR latch. Please try to understand this carefully. If this concept is clear, remaining everything, the counters, register, everything you can easily understand. So in fact, the background that is needed for flip-flop also, it is based on this only. So you'll feel that if you have clarity on this, that I am just going to link this concept what we learn here in that particularly flip-flop subtopic. So understanding of this is compulsory to have a clarity on the flip-flop. So let us see regarding the this latch. Okay. And there are a lot of aspects. As I will proceed, I will keep on telling you what are the things that we need to study in each case. So the latch, particularly, popularly what we are going to study, there are 2 kind of latches there. One is known as SR NAND latch. One is known as SR NOR latch. Popularly, there are 2 kind of latches there. Obviously, there are D latch, all these things are there, but this is the basic structure we are going to study. If we can understand this, the remaining everything we can easily understand. So let me explain you that what is a SR NAND latch actually. So take down a heading, SR NAND latch. These things are always pretty much confusing in the books. They are describing in terms of some paragraph. So if you have given a try, so there is always a confusion regarding 0 and 01. So you try to get the concept clear here itself. I am giving you a systematic approach. So first of all, let me give you the circuit of this particular SR NAND latch. So this is nothing but two cross-coupled NAND gates. So this is nothing but two cross-coupled NAND gate. So like this, I am taking here two cross-coupled NAND gates. There is no connection here, so this is like this. Okay. So here I am denoting this by S, I am denoting this by R. This particular thing I am denoting this by Q, and this particular thing I am denoting this by Q bar. Okay. So it is actually the basic backgrounds come from this. Suppose I am considering two NOT gate in a loop. Suppose if I am considering two NOT in a loop, if you remember, this is the thing I have given in the logic gate chapters, where I have explained you that it is a bistable multivibrator. So what is the analysis I did at that time is that if I am assuming the initial state 0, that will keep on constantly maintaining on 0. If you are assuming that is 1, that will maintain at 1 only, right? But the thing here is that you see that output of one NOT gate is connected to input of another NOT gate. Output of one NOT gate is connected to the input of another NOT gate. So suppose here this is Q, right? So how much you will get here? This will be Q bar. So Q bar is connected here. So you will find in some of the books they are arranging like this. The same structure they are simply arranging like this. So this is like this. This is like this. See that both are same thing. That output of one NOT gate here, let us say this one, let's say I'm replacing this is the NOT gate, let's say this one. So output of this is connected to the input of another NOT gate. So output of this NOT gate is connected to the input of another NOT gate, and output of this NOT gate connected to the input of this. So the same structure I'm just arranging in this way. So sorry, so if this is Q, that means definitely this is Q bar. Okay, I have written Q bar, it's not looking, so this is Q bar. This is Q bar. So one of the output of this NOT gate is Q, another output is Q bar. It is evident that through an inverter, if you are passing that a variable, the outputs will be definitely, it will be complement. So this is a normal structure you are getting. But the question here is that how I am seeing this as a 1-bit memory element. The reason for that you may be thinking that how it is like a 1-bit memory element, because after all it is a NOT gate. Thing is that whenever you are considering a individual NOT gate, so it is if you are giving the input 0, you are getting 1. If you are giving the input 1, you are getting 0. There is nothing else beyond that. But what is the difference between the individual NOT gate and this particular structure? The only difference is that the feedback that has been present. As we are going to see that because of this feedback, we are getting some memory action here. That is, it is capable to store a particular bit, either a 0 or 1. Means storing means it is holding the information. That is, if this is 0, it is constantly holding that 0 only. If this is 1, that is constantly holding 1 only, right? So we'll see those things. So it is evident that why this is Q and Q bar here. So what is the extra thing I have done here? I have replaced those two NOT gate by two NAND gate here, right? Two NOT gate with one two NAND gate, where output of one NAND gate I am giving to one of the input to this NAND gate. So output of this one I am giving to one of the input to this, and the remaining two inputs of this extra NAND gates I have taken some external input. I am denoting this by S and R. Okay, now in this context I am defining two terms, right? In this context I am defining two terms. Something I am defining as control input or external input. You take external input. The second term I am defining this as, that is known as control input. I am saying that external input sorry, so external input, or that is also known as control input, and the second input kind of thing I am defining this as feedback input. Feedback input. So what is feedback actually? Feedback is nothing but a connection from output to input. So this is a feedback path, this is a feedback path. So this and this, I am saying this as feedback input. However, this S and R what I have connected here, I am naming these are the external inputs. So these are the feedback input, these two are, and these are known as the external inputs. S and R are external inputs. So I am just giving you some analysis procedure. See, if you refer the various books, they are doing some kind of assumption. Actually what happens practically is, whatever the company they are manufacturing these particular products, if you have studied analog electronics, you might have some idea also. Even if a same company from a same machine, if two transistors are getting manufactured, those two cannot be exactly identical. There will be always some kind of mismatch will be there. But as far as practical purpose is concerned, we assume that these are from the same thing, so everything is same. But that never happens actually. So even if everything is manufactured from the same device, same technology, everything same, still there always exists a small kind of mismatch between those two. So here also what happens is, depending on a small propagation mismatch between these two logic gates, between these two NAND gates, one of the gate is going to respond fast. Depending on, with respect to that, the second of the NAND gate is going to respond. What I am saying is that even if, let us say that these two are manufactured from a same machine or same company, whatever it may be, so there always exists a small kind of mismatch, that is the mismatch in the propagation delay of these two NAND gate. What happens is, the gate which is having less propagation delay, that will respond fast. Let's say this is having less propagation delay. If you are applying the inputs at the same time, so this will respond fast because having propagation delay less. So whatever the output this will change, that will be reflected here, and after that it is going to respond because its propagation delay is less than this. So the less propagation delay will respond fast, after that this will respond. That is one way to analyze the circuit. So without being any confusion, I am giving you a technique to you, that this is only for the analysis purpose. There is no logical evidence of this, that without confusion that how to analyze a circuit. So just please take down this. So two statements only I am giving. So first thing I am saying that, observe the control input first. Observe the control input first. Whichever is 0, that is going to respond first, then other. Depending on the response of the above logic gate, the other gate is going to respond. Other gate is going to respond. Whenever both control inputs are zeros or ones, then observe which of the feedback input is 0, that will respond fast. that will respond first, and the above analysis repeats. The above analysis repeats. Right? Let me read the statements. Observe the control input first. Whichever is 0, that is going to respond first, then other. I'll come to the meaning of this. Once I'll start analyzing this, you will understand that what I mean to say. Then what the other statement I am saying? Depending on the response of the above logic gate, the other gate is going to respond. So first of all, with this statement, any one of this is going to produce its output first. Whatever the output this will produce, depending on that, other one is going to respond. But whenever both the control inputs are zeros or both are 1, then observe which of the feedback input is 0, that will going to respond first, and the above analysis repeats. What I mean to say in this case, see, what I am interested here is that there are two NAND gates are there like this. They are connected in the cross coupled manner, right? They are connected in the cross coupled manner. So I am drawing one more set here. Let me. This analysis is very important. I am once again repeating that there is no logical lesion or technical lesion. Why is it so? That this is just analysis purpose. Lot of questions are there in exam. You follow this particular technique, then without any confusion, directly you can answer any kind of questions. I'll show you today. A lot of questions are there. So this is S, this is R, this is Q, this is Q bar. Another set of or another latch, another SR NAND latch, I am drawing like this again, once again. Right? This is what I am drawing again. So this is again S, this is R, this is Q, this is Q bar. And the functionality what we are going to see in this particular case, we are going to write that in form of a table that is known as S, R, and this is, I am denoting this by Q plus. I will come to the meaning. What is the meaning of Q plus? So these external inputs that can have 4 possible values ranging from 0, 0 to 1, 1. Now we are going to analyze this circuit. What is Q plus and how to proceed this one? So I will emphasize this how to take care of these statements, because it is a digital device. The output or the input throughout any circuit at any moment of time, it can have 2 possibilities. One possibility is it can be either 0, it can be either 1. Because we do not know what is the initial state particularly, so for the generality purpose, let us assume that this equal to 0. So if Q equal to 0 means definitely Q bar equal to 1 only. Right? This is one possibility. What is the another possibility? So Q can be 1. If this is 1, this is 0. Because why I am going in this way? The reason is I do not know what is that exact state. So I am assuming that what are the possibility. So there are, because Q can have 2 values, 0 and 1. Because these two are complement, so Q bar can have 2 values, 1 and 0. Now what I am going to do here is, I am going to connect here. What is that? I am going to connect this as, let us say I am starting with 0, 1. I will come to the 0, 0. So let us start with 0, 1. So now what is that Q plus meaning? So Q plus, we are saying this as next state. Technically we pronounce this word as next state. What is the meaning of that, or what is the physical significance of that? The meaning of that is this, that whatever the things we are assuming here initially for analysis purpose, this is known as the present state, because the output is not certain, that is not given, you are assuming some arbitrary value. So that is what we mean by present state. Now what we are going to do is, along with that present state, we are going to excite this with help of some external input, that is S and R. So depending on the present condition and the external inputs, we are going to see what is the next state. Depending on the present input, depending on these 2 external input and the present output what we have assumed here, we are going to see that if this is the present input, if this is the present external input I am giving and this is the present state I am assuming, what is the change that this input is going to introduce here? That's the meaning of next state. One second, let me say that I am assuming that this is the present state. So this is the present state. Now I am giving some input to this. So what this input is going to influence on this output? So after the application of input, what is the changes we will be getting here? That's what we mean by the next state. So now let us analyze. So this is the condition that initially you have given here 0, 1. I will come to this 0, 0 and all these things we will see. So if this is 0, 1 means this will be 0, this will be 1, right? Because the same wire has been connected. So here this is 0, this is 1 here, right? Now you see, there is in the statement, observe the control input first. Whichever is 0, that is going to respond first. I have already defined what in my control inputs. So here, out of these two terminals, so this is the control input. Out of this terminal, this is the control input. So let us talk about this one. If I am observing the control input, this is 0, this is 1. So what I am saying is, whichever is 0, that is going to respond first. So here, this is 0, so this is going to respond first. I am putting a tick here. I am putting a tick. Now what will happen is, now when one of the input, the NAND gate is 0, so what will happen? Irrespective of others, that will be 1. If that is getting 1, so that one, now I come to the second statement. Depending on the response of the above logic gate, the other gate is going to respond. So now, this is responded first of all. So after this, whatever change has been made, so now this change is reflected here. So depending on the response of this gate, so now this is going to change its output here. So now whenever the inputs are 1 and 1, so this become how much? This become 0. This become 0. So this is what you are getting this as next state. So let us see here, in this case what we will get here. If I am observing this one, I should not bother about the feedback initially. Suppose if I am getting a case like this, 0, 0 or 1, 1, then I should consider what the feedback is. But as long as this is concerned, so we should only consider the external input. So this is going to respond first. So what will happen now? So this will be again 1. So this 1 is again coming here. So 1, 1 is again this is 0. So remember that this is the Q terminal, this is the Q bar terminal. So what is the observation I am making here? The observation is that if the external input to a SR NAND latch is 0, 1, irrespective of initial state, whether this is 0 or this is 1, the next state is 1. Once again listen, that when the inputs is 0 and 1, irrespective of initial state, whether the initial state I have assumed 0 or 1, the next state is going to be 1. So here I am writing this as 1. One more point here, that you may think that there are two outputs here, Q and Q bar, but why I have taken only Q plus? Why not Q bar plus? The reason is that if you know a value of a particular variable, in digital what will be its complement, that is also known to us indirectly. If a value is 0, directly you can say that a bar is 1, or a value is 1, I can say that a bar equal to 0. So there is no meaning of repeatedly writing that particular things. So directly you can say that if you know Q plus, it is meaning that Q bar equal to 0, or Q plus equal to 0 means Q bar equal to 1. So these things we know. And whenever in the throughout this entire chapters, or throughout the entire subject, whenever someone will say that the output of the flip-flop is 0 or output of the flip-flop is 1, it is meaning that by default they are talking about Q here. Please listen here, this is the standard convention we used to follow. Even if there are two output terminals, Q and Q bar, outputs we mean that it is we are generally talking about the Q. So by default this is what you assume. And if you want to say regarding Q bar means, you have to explicitly say that Q bar is this values. So that's the thing you have to say. So this is what is happening here, right? Sorry, I did a mistake. What is that? Because I have taken here 0, 1, next it is 1. So I should write the 1 here. Okay. So this is what happened. Now, let us come to that 1, 0 combination. So I'll suggest you draw 8 like this structure, 2 for one particular input combination. So I can erase here, you cannot erase in your pen and paper. So you have to again redraw it. Otherwise, that will be very much dirty in your notebook, right? Okay. So now here, 0, 1 is over. Now let me give here the input as 1, 0. So when I am giving 1, 0, so here also let us give 1, 0. Same analysis again repeated. Assume the initial state 0, assume the initial state this as 1. So now this 0 is coming here, this 1 is coming here, this 1 is coming here, this 0 is coming here. Now once again you see, so this is going to respond first because this is 0. So this will be what? This 1 is coming here, this will be again 0. Now among this, which will respond first? This will respond first. So if this is 0 means what will happen? Now this will be 1, so this will respond first. So now this will come here. So this is 1, 1 is 0. 1, 1 is 0. So now what you are getting here? That when the input is 1, 0, next state is 0, 1, irrespective of the initial condition. So here I am writing this as 0. I hope this is clear. When the external input is 1, 0, irrespective of initial condition, whether I have taken 0 or I have taken 1, the next state is, that is Q is equal to 0. So now let us give the input as 1, 1. Actually, if you are not following in this approach, what will happen is, you will reach the answer, but 2 iteration or 2 cycles you have to perform. That is what we mean by the stable output in this case. Let us make this as 1, 1. So 1, 1 I am making. Once again 0, 1, once again 1, 0. So 0 means 0, 1, this is 0, this is 1. Now you see, now we have to make use of the third statement. Whenever both control inputs are zeros or both are 1, so here both these are 1. So now I cannot conclude. So what I should see? Now I should see which of the feedback input is 0. So now this feedback input is 0, right? So what will happen? Now this becomes how much? 1. This one is coming here, this becomes 0. Among these, so this is going to respond first. This become 1, this one is coming here, this become 0. What the observation are making? That when the external input to the NAND latch is 1 and 1, when the external input to the NAND latch is 1 and 1, whatever the initial state you have assumed earlier, the same state is getting maintained on the output. If I assume the initial state is 0, the next state is again 0. If I have assumed the initial state is 1, the next state is again 1. So because if you are assuming 0, you are getting 0. If you are assuming 1, you are getting 1. So in terms of variable, I can write that if you are assuming the previous state as Q, the next state is also Q. So what you have assumed, that is again getting maintained there. This is what we mean by the memory action of the latch. Why we say this is as a 1-bit memory element? Because what is memory actually? Don't see this memory in terms of your pen drive, RAM, hard disk, all those things. Memory means it is the capability of the element to hold the information. Hold the information means hold that particular binary bit. What you are observing here is, when you are giving these inputs as 1 and 1, right? When giving this input as 1 and 1, whatever thing has been there, so again it is holding the same thing here. So it is meaning as long as the power supply is connected to this entire system, and as long as you have connected 1 and 1, so whatever the initial state you have assumed here, whatever things you have given, the same thing will be present here, indefinite line. Means as long as you have given the power supply, so again here the same thing will be maintained here. That is what we mean by the memory action of the latch. That is, when the power supply is given, it is going to hold that particular information up to all the time, as long as power supply is given to that. Okay. Now let us make use of 0, 0 condition. 0, 0 condition. 0, 0. 0, 0 again. See, if this is understand is clear, then flip-flop almost over. I am just going to link it. So again 0, 1. Again this is 1, 0. So when this is 0 means this is 0, this will be 1, this will be 1, this will be 0. Right. Now what I am saying, when both the control inputs are zeros, then observe which of the feedback input is 0. So now both are 0, 0. I am not in a position to decide, so I should observe the feedback. So this feedback input is 0. So this will respond first. This is 1, this is 1. How much you will get? Again this will be 1. Here also, that here this will respond first. So this is 1. This one is again coming here. This is again 1. What the observation? That when the both of the inputs are 0, 0, the next state is nothing but Q is equal to Q bar equal to 1. So what you are getting in this case is nothing but Q equal to Q bar equal to 1, which is practically impossible. Why it is practically impossible is, you know, that a variable cannot be equal to its complement. How is it possible that 0 can be equal to 1 or 1 can be equal to 0? So this is, even if you are getting just by analysis, this is not correct. Technically, we say this is known as invalid state. There are so many other names. Some people say this is ambiguous state. Some people say this is forbidden state. Some people say this is indeterminate state. So like this, there are so many other names also. So they are using this for this particular state. And technically, we are using some of the terminology for all of this individual particular input, and these outputs we are using particular things. Please remember that whenever the q plus value we are getting this as 1, so this is the particular state, we are naming this as set state. When the output is 1, we say the latch is set. That is what technically we say this as set mode or set state. When this is 0, we technically say this is reset. Right? And this one, when you are getting the previous state, technically you say this is hold state, or some people also say this is memory state. I already told you what the region of hold state. It is holding the previous information. That's what is known as hold state. Okay, fine. So this is what you this NAND latch. Okay, now in the questions you will be getting something like a stable output. They will use a adjective in the problem statement, as we are going to see. They are saying something known as stable output. What is the meaning of this? See, for example, suppose if I am considering 2 NAND gate again, right? What is going to happen if you are not following those 3 rules? That's what I am going to show you here. So here, this is 0, 1, right? This is 0, 1 means, let us say that this is, you are assuming something like, again 0, 1, let's say, only for analysis purpose I am showing. So what will happen now? Now, this is 0, this is 1. This is 0, this is 1. Forget that, you do not know this thing. Forget that, you don't know this thing. And let us go in the wrong approach. We know that because I am saying this is valid, this is the right approach, this will respond fast, that is the right approach. What will the wrong approach? Wrong approach is, let us say that I am saying that this is going to respond first. What will happen now? Now you see that 1 and 0, how much you are getting here? 1 and 0 you are getting this as 1. That is fine. This one is coming here. This one is coming here. So how much you are getting here? 0 means this is also coming 1. Is it correct? So this is 0, this is 1. I am showing you the wrong approach, right? So let us assume that we are going the wrong approach. So what will happen? Now this is responding first of all. So here this will be responding first means. So here one of the input is 0 means this will be 1. So this one is coming here. So this is 0 means this is going to, again this is 1. Okay. Now you see what will happen, that when this is 1 means immediately which is 0, now that will also going to change it, right? Because these two are sorted here, these and these are sorted. Whatever changes happen here, the same changes will be happen immediately here, because it is simply aware of 0 resistance path, sorted path, right? So if this is 1, so immediately this is also going to 1. So what will happen now? So earlier which you are maintaining this is 1, 1. So this will be 1. After some time this will be 0. And after this, if you are doing the analysis, what will happen? Now you see what is happening. Now this 1 is permanently connected here. Now this 0 is permanently connected here. So both of these inputs are 1 and 1. That corresponds to output will be 0. Both of the inputs are 0, 0. So that corresponds to 1. That is what we mean by the stable output. That is what we mean by the stable output. But what is the, by going the wrong approach, what is happened finally? That if you are going the right approach, directly we are in a position to reach this conclusion that this corresponds to set state. But if you are going the wrong approach, what is happening? Now you see that in between a indeterminate stage is coming, that will come for a very fraction of second. Then immediately that is going to set into this. So this is what we mean by the stable state. I hope this is clear. Let me explain it again. Okay, what I am saying is, see, listen here once again. What is the problem if you are not following this one? Once again I am explaining you. Listen carefully. Suppose this is 0, 1. this is 0, 1. Initially you have assumed that. So this is 0, this is 1. So this is the initial condition. What I am saying is, you go in the wrong approach. If you are going in the wrong approach, this will respond fast. What will happen is, this 1 will be, again this will be 1. So now, because this is here, so again this will be same 1 will be here. So 0 and 1, what will happen? So now this will be changing to 1. So now, earlier this was 0, the moment it is changing to from 0 to 1, so this 1 is again going to come here immediately. So when this 1 is coming here immediately, what will happen? Now you see that earlier which was 0, now this become connected to 0. So this will be 0, and because this input is connected as 0, that is fixed, that is not going to change, irrespective of others, because one of the input to NAND gate is 0, others one will be 1. So this will be 1. So this is what we mean by the stable state output. What is the meaning of stable state? Now you see that once your circuit is entering into 1 and 0, what is the meaning of this? Now if this is 1 and 0, it means that here, now this is connected to 0, means this is fixed at 0. If this is 1, it means that this is fixed at 1. After this, if I are doing the analysis, what will happen? Now both of the inputs are 0, 0. So this become constantly 1. When both are 1, 1, it is become constantly 0. It is meaning that as long as you have connected the power supply to this particular latch circuit, so this is constantly going to maintain this as 1 and 0 forever. As long as you have connected the power supply to the circuit with respect to 0, 1, this is constantly going to maintain this as 1 and 0. This is what we mean by the stable output, right? Stable output, which is not going to change. That is the meaning of stable output. Because in problem statement, these things are being used. The stable state output will be, it means that there is no unique procedure like this if you are going. So there may be in fluctuation in between. So here you are getting 1, 1. If you analyze the other things in the wrong approach, there you may get something else. But finally, after some time, after 1 or 2 iteration, you will be getting some constant output here, which is fixed. That is what we mean by the stable output. Okay. So this is what about your SR NAND latch. So if this is clear, NOR latch is also over almost. I just need to give you some changes I will make here. But first of all, take down the circuit here. And one more thing I would like to suggest all of you, that these are the things what I am discussing in the class today. My reference book is Taussig book. I already told you in the first class, I have referred the theoretical concept from the Taussig book. In Taussig book, these are the circuit that has been used. So I am also using those particular circuit. Why I am saying you this statement to you? The reason is, if you are opening the various book, let's say you are opening Morris Mano book, or if you are opening some other local author books, whatever you will refer, you will very frequently find that, see for example, this case, I am denoting this bar Q bar, this as Q. This has Q bar, this has Q. If you open the Morris Mano book, like in the earlier case, in a NAND latch case, I have taken this as SR, I have taken this as Q and Q bar. In some of the books, you will find they are taking this as a Q bar and Q, and they are taking this as R and S. So whatever the naming they are doing here, this will be always complement to each other, and whatever the changes they are making here, and they will give some table to you. So that table, whatever you will get in the book, that table will be valid with respect to that particular circuit what has been given there. So if I have given you this particular table, it means that this particular table is valid with respect to the circuit what I have given to you. If you are making some modification in the nomenclature like S and R, you are replacing this by something, then you have to again take care of that. But the analysis will remain the same. For example, in this case SR I have taken this. So whatever the table I am going to give you now, that is with respect to this particular circuit. Suppose if I am making here, let us say they are making this as R and S. So this is also valid. But again the table will be changing. So that table what you will get, that is with respect to this particular combination. Because I am habituated to follow that particular convention, I am following in this way, but the approach will remain the same. Okay. So now you see what I am going to do in this case. Once again the same approach I am going to repeat here, right? So here I am writing this as again Q plus next. So this is what I have done with respect to NAND latch case. This is what I am doing with respect to NOR latch case. NOR latch means there are two inputs, or there are two NOR gates are there. NAND latch means there are two NAND gates are there. In NAND latch case, output of one NAND gate connected to input of one of NAND gate. In NOR latch, output of one NOR latch connected to input the another NOR latch. Okay. Now how do you analyze this? So once again, because we do not know what is the initial condition, So you have to consider two possibilities. One is with initial condition 0, another one is with initial condition this is 1. So S and R is there. So once again I am going to use 4 possibilities 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Okay, now what are the changes I am going to make here? That you have to write it separately. I am just making some changes. Observe the control input first. Whichever is 1, so I am replacing this by 1. Whichever the 1, that is going to respond first, then other. Depending on the response of the above logic gate, the other gate is going to respond. This statement won't change. Whenever both control inputs are zeros or 1, then observe which of the feedback input is 1. Feedback input is 1. That will respond first, and the above analysis repeats. So here I have made a change here. Here also I am making a change. Which was earlier 0, I have made this as 1. Okay. So now you see how do you analyze this. So this is 0, this will be 1, this will be 1, this is 0. For example, let us say initially. What will happen now? If this is 0 means this will be 0. If this is 1 means this will be 1. Right? So if this is 1 means this will be 1, this is 0 means this will be 0. So I have already shown you that what is the advantage to go in that approach. That is, if you are going in the wrong approach, what will happen? Ultimately you will reach the same conclusion, but you may have to repeat 2 iteration or 1 iteration. But in this approach you do not have to think much, so directly straightforward you are reaching the answer. That is the stable output you are getting directly. We do not have anything like in between things. So you see here what happens. So now which statement I have to make use here? The third statement will be useful now. Whenever both control inputs are zeros or 1, observe which of the feedback input is 1. So in this case both of the control inputs are 0, so I should observe what is the feedback input. So here this is 1, so this is going to respond first, right? Similarly here this is going to respond first. I hope you remember the property of NOR gate, that whenever that one of the input to the NOR gate is 1, irrespective of others, output is 0. So when this is 1, so now this will be changing to 0. So this 0 is coming here, 0, 0 become, again this is 1 here, right? Similarly here also, what is the change here? So here, this will respond first. When one of the input is 1, irrespective of others, output will be 0. So this 0 is coming here, 0, 0, this is again 1. But please note that in the table, Q means this bottom terminal. I am denoting this by Q. So now you see, what is the observation? That when both of the inputs are 0, 0, your SR NOR latch is going to maintain the previous state here. If you have assumed 0, you see that again it is maintaining 0 only. If I have assumed 1, it is again maintaining 1 only, right? So what is the terminology I should write here? So here, I should write this as, what is that I should write? Can I erase this? Because I don't have space here. Okay, let us try to have a space. Okay. So what you observe is that when both are 0, 0, it is maintaining the previous state, that is Q. So you make a comparison of SR NAND latch and SR NOR latch. SR NAND latch and SR NOR latch. Now again I am going to see that remaining iteration, that you make this as 0, 1. Make this as 0, 1. Once again you can assume this is 0, you can assume this is 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. So this will respond first. So here this will be 0, this 0 is coming here, so this will be 1 here. Now among this I have to observe the control input first of all, right? So this is respond first of all, so this will be 0. So what will happen? Now this will be 0, so this will be 1 here. Or the observation that when the external input is 0, 1, irrespective of initial condition whether you are assuming 0 or 1, the next state is going to maintain at 0 only. So here this will be 0, right? This will be 0. Once again I am emphasizing the concept of stable output, that when I am saying this as 1 and 0, you see that if this is 1 means this is constantly maintaining at 1. If this is 0 means this is constantly maintaining 0. So if these external inputs are fixed as well as the feedback inputs are also fixed, so definitely this is also going to maintain the same level only, right? So this is what we mean by the stable output. You can again try that experiment in the wrong approach. You will find that you may have to proceed one more state, because in the first iteration whatever you will get, so this variable may not be matched, or this variable may not be matched, like as I have shown you in the previous case. Similarly, you can do for 1 0. So what is the change if I am making for 1 0 here? So this is 1, this is 0, this is again 1, this is again 0, again 0, right? So you can assume the initial condition as 0 1, you can assume this is 1 0, so 0 this will be 1, if 1 this will be 0. Now again this is going to respond fast, this is going to respond fast. So this will be 0, so this is coming to be 0, this is coming to be 1. Here this will be 0, this 0 is coming here, this is going to be 1. So if I am assuming the initial, that is the initial condition whether 0 or 1, if I am giving the external input as 1 0, irrespective of others, the next state is you are going to maintain at 1 only. So this is 1, right? Once again I am emphasizing the stable concept. This is 1 means this is fixed at 1, this is 0 means this is fixed at 0. Feedback input are constant, external inputs are also constant. So output will be constant, stable, right? So now let us see the last thing. So this is 1 1, 1 1. 1 1 means this also 1 1. Assume that this is 0, this is 1. Assume that this is 1, this is 0. So 0 1 1 0. So come to the third statement. When both the control inputs are 0s 1, you have to observe the feedback. But here we have to see which of the feedback input is 1. So here this is, here this is. So this will be 0. This 0 is coming here. This will be again 0, right? So here also see that here this will be 0. This 0 is coming here. This will also be 0, right? This will also be 0. So what is the point here? That if you are getting here 0, even if whatever the changes is happening here, because this input is fixed at 1, irrespective of variation on this one, output will be constantly 0 only. So like as in the previous case we got q equal to q bar, in this case we are also getting a condition which is q equal to q bar. So here this is known as invalid state. You should not get confused. See, if you do the comparison of these two, so now let me erase this. What is the observation we are making here? That SR latch, if I am asking what is the, if I am giving the input 0 1 to the SR latch, what is the output, then it is an ambiguous question. Why this is an ambiguous question? That because if I am comparing the output column of these two, that you see with respect to 0 1, in the NAND latch case you are getting 1, with respect to 0 1, in NOR latch case you are getting 0. So I have to explicitly mention you that whether if I am giving 0 1 to the SR latch, whether I am giving this to a NAND latch or whether I am giving this to a NOR latch. Unless until this is not clear, the question is ambiguous or incomplete question, right? So let me erase this and give you a fresh table, because this is the table we are going to use throughout this chapter. So let me write it here. So SR, and you can do a comparison here. So here this is q plus, this is also q plus. Here also this will be q plus and q plus. I am leaving some space to be filled up a moment later. So now this is with respect to NAND, this is with respect to NOR. 4 possibilities like this. So 4 possibilities are there like this. What will happen now? You see that with respect to 0 0, if you remember, we got this as invalid state in the NAND latch. However, here I got this as q. With respect to 0 1, I got this as 1. Here I got this as 0. With respect to 1 0, I got this as 0. Here I got this as 1. With respect to 1 1, here I got q, but here I am getting this as invalid state. Technically, when the output is 1, I am naming this as set. I am naming this as reset. I am naming this as memory. Here again this is reset, this is set, this is memory state or hold state. So the conclusion is that the table of the NAND latch and NOR latch are different here, right? So once again I am emphasizing you that these tables are valid with respect to the circuit what I have given you. If you are changing anything else, you should not complain me that, sir, in Morris Mano this table is not matching what you have given. You analyze the same circuit, you take that analysis procedure what I have given you, analyze, definitely you will get the same answer, right? So this is the way that how do you do this one. But one last observation I want to give. This is, we got this question in instrumentation. You can observe here, in NAND latch, invalid state, in NAND latch, invalid state, Q equal to Q bar equal to 1. In NOR latch invalid state, NOR latch invalid state, Q equal to Q bar equal to 0, right? In the invalid state, in this case we are getting 0, 0. In the previous case you can compare, we are getting this as 1, 1. And the last statement, so this is one important observation. Except 0, 0 input to NAND latch, except 0, 0 input to NAND latch, its output is always in valid state. That is, Q is not equal to Q bar, or Q is not equal to Q bar. Similarly, accept 1, 1 input to NOR latch, its output is always in valid state. That is, Q is not equal to Q bar. These are the observation. Please remember, I am going to use while solving the problems. So you please have a note of this. Let us have a break and we'll come back after the break. Okay, Aditi from Alwar. Sir, what are code converters? Please give an example of active low encoder. Code converter means, Aditi, that how a particular code, as the name itself implies, how a particular code is converted to another code. For example, already I have given you this one, binary to gray code, gray to binary code. You are going to design a system that there, if you give some particular code, that will be converted into some other codes. Let's say you are giving binary, that will be converted to gray. If you are giving gray, that will be converted to binary. If you refer the previous things, I have already given you that how a binary converted to gray, gray to binary. Similarly, you can have BCD to XS3 code converter, XS3 to BCD code converter. I hope you are expecting that that things which are being solved in that various books like XS3 to BCD code converter or BCD to another code converters, I am going to design those things. See, those are not at all relevant from the gate point of view. I am always telling you, everyone, you please refer the previous year papers and you see that if you are not getting any question beyond the class note, I am ready to have the discussion whatever you are saying. So, okay. Please give an example of active low encoder. Active high encoder, yesterday the encoder what I have given you, Aditi, that is known as active high encoder. What is the meaning of that? The meaning of that is, at a time, out of all the inputs, only one input will be high, remaining will be 0. So active low means, at a time, only one input will be 0, remaining all will be 1. And the functionality remains the same. Richa. A new binary coded pentary number system is proposed in which every digit of a base 5 number represented by its corresponding 3-bit binary code. For example, the base 5 number 24 will be represented by 010100. In this numbering system, the BCP code, something given, that corresponds to the following base 5 number system. Richa, it is a gate EC questions. Same simple logic. What is the logic in that question? For example, this is given. A 24, first of all it is saying that each binary digit, each base 5 number, so these are given in base 5 number, each base 5 number is replaced by its 3-digit binary equivalent. So that's why this is 0, 1, 0, this is 1, 0, 0. In the reverse direction, if I am asking what is the base 5 equivalent of this, how much you will say? Because 3 digit is the equivalent replacement for one particular base 5 number, so you have to group by 4, 3, 3 only, right? So this corresponds to 4, this corresponds to 2. In the similar logic, the number what you have given 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1. So now, because we have seen that logic, group of 3, group of 3, group of 3, group of 3, 4, 2, 3, 1 is the right answer. Okay, Abani Vyas from Palampur. So how to find distance of codes? Example, distance between 0 0 0 0, 0 1 0 1, 0 0 1 1. Okay, see, these kind of questions also are there in some of the books. The distance between two code means normally it represents that between two codes how many bits are varying. For example, already I told you that gray code is unit distance code. So for example, suppose 1 0 0 is one binary number, 1 1 0 is another binary number. So if someone is asking what the distance in this code, I will say there is 1 bit distance because 1 bit is changing here. However, if I am changing this to 0 1 0 now, for examples, now I will say the distance between this code is 2 because with respect to this there are 2 bits are changing. As you have given in that first of all 5 number of 0, then 0 1 0 1 0 1. So with the assumption that all are the same number things, so first of all you have given this as 5 number of zeros, then you have given this as 1 0 1 0 1, and again you have attached a 0 here. So by default this is also 0. You see how many digits has been changed. So this is one change, this is another change, this is another change. So distance is 3. Like this you can calculate. Nadi, in case of 3 NOT gate connected in series and a feedback is given from very fast gate, our interest is compare the frequency at end of second and third gate. I didn't understand how they will be same as you stated while discussing it. Nadi, have you referred that video on demand? There is no reason to confuse here. See, suppose, okay, so this is the thing you are asking, right? So suppose now this is 0, okay, so you have assumed some initial condition, this will be also 0 because sorted path. After some amount of delay of this one, this will be 1, this will after some time 0, again this will be 1. So again the cycle repeats, this will be 1, this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 0, again the cycle repeats. You observe one thing, that here if the initial thing is 0, after some amount of time we are getting a fluctuation of 1 here. So there is some amount of delay, let us say that that delay we do not know, that is some TPD1, propagation delay. Now obviously after how much time we are getting the change here is definitely 30 nanosecond. If you are assuming each gate delay is 10 nanoseconds, so 10 plus 10 plus 10, 30, after 30 we are getting this one, right? After 30 nanoseconds we are getting a fluctuation here. Now if the same question if I am asking you, after how much time here, if you are taking the reference at t equal to 0, after how much time here this is changing to 1? What is the answer? 1 second this will be 30, because if this is 0, when this can be 1? When the signal 0 will pass through this, that will again pass through this, again pass through this. So the 0 has to propagate it here in the 3 NOT gates. So definitely unless until the signal is propagating throughout the loop, you do not get any fluctuation on the output. So if this is TPD1, so this will also be TPD1, this will be 30 nanosecond, this also 30 nanosecond, here also 30, throughout the circuit 30 nanosecond. So if you are getting the fluctuation within the equal interval, definitely, because if these gaps are same, definitely frequency will also be same. What is the need to think of that? I hope this is clear. Srividya, sir, explain the statement along with small example. A function's truth table representation is unique, its algebraic expression is not. Okay, see, for example, suppose f is a function of ABC, whose, let us say, the Boolean expression I am denoting this u by a plus bc. A plus bc. This I can write as a plus b into A plus C. Is it not? Also, I can also manipulate this as B plus A into C plus A. This also not wrong. This also right. This is right. This is right. This is also right. However, the mean term of this function is constant, right? If you will find the mean terms, the mean term will be constant. That is, what is the mean term of this? So, with respect to A, B and C are missing. With respect to here, A is missing. So, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. What is the meaning of this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, A plus B, C for writing here. So, the mean term of this F are nothing but equal to 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. If you are framing the truth table, what you will get? So, these are the mean terms. With respect to 0, 1, 1 you will get 1. With respect to 1, 0, 0 you will get 1. Similarly here. So, the truth table will be unique. Why is the truth table unique? Because the mean term is unique. But however, this can be represented by various other combinations. So, that is what the thing you asked. And one more question you asked. How many XOR exogenous patterns are possible? How many XOR exogenous patterns are possible for n variable K map? Is this pattern remains constant for n variable K map? Yes, Srividya, already, because if you start, let us say 3 variable K map or 4 variable K map, whatever things I have already covered, you refer those examples. If the first cell, if you are starting with 1, if you think, if you are keep on placing that by alternate 1, okay, so you will get one set, and whatever place as 0, if you place in those places as 1, you will get another set. So 2 patterns are possible, right? Okay. So this is what we left with. There are so many other queries also. We'll see in the next break. So please remember this statement. Except 0, 0 input to NAND latch, its output is always in valid state. That is, Q is not equal to Q bar. Except 1, 1, this is always in the valid state, Q equal to Q bar.